This is the Cool Coyotes presentation by Camden, Haley, Brooklyn, and Aaron. We were assigned the teaching strategy of implementing tasks that promote reasoning and problem solving. Effective teaching of mathematics engages students in solving and discussing tasks that promote mathematical reasoning, problem solving, and allow multiple entry points and varied solution strategies. The purpose of this teaching practice is to provide various opportunities for student thinking and learning, to encourage high-level student thinking and reasoning, to allow for critical thinking rather than rote learning, and to motivate students and promote perseverance. All of these purposes are important because it has been founded that not all tasks provide the same opportunities for student thinking and learning, which is why we want to provide a multitude of opportunities, and we want those opportunities to vary in ways of thinking and learning and style to cater to all students, because all students learn differently. It's also been shown that student learning is greatest in classrooms where there is a consistent high-level student thinking, and lowest in classrooms where there is low-level student thinking, which is why we want to encourage this high-level student thinking and push for critical thinking rather than rote learning. And finally, we want to motivate our students to promote perseverance, because this allows students to work through problems with confidence, and that's something that can be applied to all areas of life, not just in math. What are teachers doing while this practice is happening? Teachers are motivating their students through exploring and solving problems that expand on their current knowledge of mathematics. Teachers are supporting students while they are practicing this task, but not taking it over and doing the work for them. Teachers are also encouraging students to think outside the box and use multiple ideas and methods to solve the problem. What students are doing while this practice is happening is students are using tools and representations as needed. They are understanding and utilizing the way their classmates use different methods, and they are making sense of tasks by making connections. So a few examples that we have, a student is learning how to multiply. That student chooses to use manipulatives such as counting blocks to show their thinking and how they solve the problem. Another example, in a home economics class, they are learning to bake a loaf of bread. After being shown by the instructor how to make the bread, one of the students is not getting the desired end result. His classmate noticed and offered a suggestion: try kneading the bread more. Another classmate suggested to let it rise a little longer. These students then had a discussion as to why they thought their tips would help. The last example we have for this one is in a science class, students learned about positive and negative charges. From prior understanding, some of the students had pointed out that in some of their household items that require batteries, the batteries have to be facing opposite directions of each other in order for the item to work. From what they learned, they now have a better understanding as to how the charges make the item work. Why is keeping this practice in mind so important? Implementing mathematical tasks that promote reasoning and problem solving is important to keep in mind when teaching students, because they are learning how to think about something logically in order to form their own conclusions and judgments about a problem. Students also learn how to find solutions to a problem by exploring their own ideas. Teaching students how reason and problem solving extends beyond mathematics and is applied in all areas of their life. When students can make connections between what they don't know and what they already know, they can think through actions and work towards possible solutions. This builds confidence, a sense of identity, and helps them to see the connections with this practice into real life. Both practices of reasoning and problem solving require the students to have enough time and space to formulate their own thoughts without being told what to expect. They also learn that making mistakes is part of exploring ideas, and that mistakes don't make them inferior. Teachers who implement tasks that promote reasoning and problem solving are not just teaching their students how to figure out a math problem. They are teaching their students how to figure out real life problems with confidence. And just a few important reminders our team wanted to include today um, is all students can learn and succeed, but not in the same way and not in the same day. This goes back to our various opportunities and multiple ways of learning. We also have math stands for mistakes allow for thinking to happen. Our whole practice is about thinking. We want our students to think critically. We want our students to think creatively. We want our students to be able to use high-level thinking to solve any problem that comes to them. 9/10 of education is encouragement. The other half of our practice is about encouragement. Students depend on their teachers to encourage them and to teach them, and if we're not encouraging them, we're not teaching them. And then we have learning is not useful if students forget what they have learned. Students retain 10% of what they read, 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, 50% of what they see and hear, 70% of what they say, and 90% of what they say and do. And this just goes to show that we don't want our students just reading facts out of a book or facts off of the whiteboard and rote learning. We don't want them just memorizing this information. We want them saying it, we want them doing it, we want them understanding it. That way they retain what they've learned and can go on to use this knowledge in future situations. And that's it for the Cool Coyotes. Thank you for watching, and we hope that you got a lot out of our presentation.